Since the beginning of time, man and animals have coexisted and lived side by side together. The early parts of man even studied the animals and learned from them what they could and adapted it to their own lives. These people were the early Orientals. Early martial art masters thought like scientists and how animals could be used to improve man. They studied their movements and adapted it, and made forms and versions of self-defense and what we know today as Kung Fu. 700 years later, man looked to animals once again when creating machinery to maximize functionality. The airplane and many flight-capable vehicles were based off of birds and even some insects. For example, take the Bell 47, which is a type of style helicopter known for its soap bubble canopy. The Bell 47 resembles a dragonfly. The canopy looks like the head, while the frame of the body and of the fly are both thin. Moving forward, the Shinkansen bullet train in Japan went through a redesign and took inspiration from the kingfisher bird. This bird is famous for its beak and how it reduces the splash and impact when catching the fish. The upgrade was used to make the train more aerodynamic when exiting the tunnel. The military has always been one step ahead on pushing the envelope further on technology. According to the National Institute of General Medical Sciences, supersonic jets have structures that work like the nostrils of falcons in a speed dive. The birds, clocked at going 200 miles per hour, can still breathe at such speeds thanks to a tiny cone-shaped nostril protrusion that helps to guide airflow. The openings of many jet engines now feature similar cones. Even now, the government is working on making a stronger body armor for the military to use as well as on their vehicles, based off of a mantis shrimp and the way that its shell absorbs impact. When veterans were coming home from the Iraq War, they were changed in a way. Some were broken mentally, and there were veterans who were broken physically. These soldiers were amputees and were in need of prosthetics. This need helped push the innovation and research to the breaking point and create new special limbs. These limbs were created to endure some of the extremist physical activities such as sprinting or long-distance running. The recent prosthetic upgrades now use silicone materials used to improve the hold of the limb and energy-storing devices made from a carbon fiber composite. Animals today are being harmed in unimaginable ways. These poor creatures are tortured and mutilated. They are deformed and hurting and are neglected because of their deformations. But thanks to modern technology, we've been able to take what we have learned and incorporate it into the animal kingdom, giving these animals a chance to live their lives without the limits of missing a limb. But with researchers pushing the envelope and creating fully robotic animals, how long will it be until we start to see the military utilizing it and creating fully sentient robotics? After all, some of the biggest inspirations that have been created were drawn from science fiction. Possibly one day with technology heading in the direction it is, you could possibly even see the use of mechanized giant robots based off of animals.